If we stand a chance against Brixton, you guys have to work together.
No way. This guy's a real ass.
Greetings, movie fans. You're all very welcome to the Big Reviewski with Omniplex Cinemas and my OmniPass. I'm a sweltering Owen Doherty this week. And if you thought it was hot out there this week, prepare yourself because it's about to get a whole lot hotter here in the Big Reviewski studio. We've got a full-on dose of the movie sweats coming up because I'm joined by two very, very, very hot boys. Please welcome Paul Moore and Rory Cashin.
You can take this one, Rory. I'll let you go first.
Oh, Lord.
It was better than the X-Boys. You used to be the X-Boys. Now you're the hot boys.
I don't know.
I don't know if I want to be objectified in that way.
Well, you are right. It is hot. In here, out there, and there's only one escape. The cinema.
Oh, that was
yeah.
nice.
It
Have you been working on that?
Yeah.
I've actually scripted my own line. I'm hoping you two can ad-lib directly into what everything
What you've written down
I
there.
genuinely thought you were just going to do Nelly hot in here there for a second. That's all that was going through my head. Like you're the Derry Nelly. Just
You
doing
do.
that.
I love that you've decided to wear a jumper today on one of the hottest days
it's
of the
thinly
year.
layered. Yeah. So if you see me sweating buckets, it's not that I'm nervous. It's just the conditions.
It's
be
just
both.
the conditions.
Could be, yeah.
Rory does have a point though, for once, which is great. Because
once.
Omniplex Cinemas, ice cream, cold drinks, air conditioning, which are all amazing. All there in one
Movies
spot.
too, you know.
And movies as well.
Yeah, they're important. When you
The
go
company
to
of
the cinema.
strangers.
Can't beat it. That's how this feels every single week. If you'd like to get in touch with the Big Reviewski to send us cocktails or deodorant or some wet wipes, something, you can tweet us at Big Reviewski or you can get in touch on Instagram on JOE.ie as well. As ever, I say it week in, week out, it's an absolute cracker of a show. It's trailer-tastic this week, actually. We've just had San Diego Comic-Con, so we're going to be taking a look at some of the biggest trailers from that massive event. We also have the big trailer coming up, some big previews of some brand new films, and probably one of the coolest competitions we've had in a long time. We've given away... Last year we gave away a trip to Italy. That was class.
Yep.
We've also given away Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet. He hasn't come looking for it yet. Which
Neck pillows.
Neck pillows. Hello.
And
Lest
our
we
alter
forget.
egos haven't won anything yet. Was it Porty, Passion, and
That's my porn name.
You just come in wearing a neck pillow, Italian sunglasses, and Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet.
Seamless? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know who he was.
It could have been
Fashion,
anybody.
yeah.
But we do have tickets to give away to Hobbs Shaw, the brand new spin-off film from the Fast and Furious franchise. That's easy to say. So in order to win those tickets, we'll have the competition coming up later on the show. But first of all, take a look at this.
If we stand a chance against Brixton, you guys have to work together.
No way. This guy's a real ass.
It just occurred to me that everybody who is listening today wouldn't have a clue what that clip was about. Basically, there were words flashing up on the screen and it says, win tickets to see Hobbs and Shaw. All you have to do is head over to Joe for more details on how to enter. We'll give you those details later on, though. Don't worry about it. So that's that. Now it's time for the big question on the Big Reviewski. We hinted at it earlier on, but first of all, the TV screen. This feels like it's one of those haunted shows again this week.
Yeah.
The TV screen was doing like a little weird flickering thing. Yeah.
The TV screen's like, I don't want to ask the big question.
I'm not doing it
It's
this
the one
week.
from Poltergeist.
But Rory, it's over to you for this week's big question. What do you got?
Well, off the back of San Diego Comic-Con, which I think we all would have liked to have gone to, considering
was
the
insane.
amount of famous people who are like, I'm here, and here's the stuff that's coming out, and everyone's cool.
Surprise.
So this week will be a special edition Big Reviewski edition.
Nice.
I like it.
Nice.
So I wanted to know, because there's a lot of information dropped at Comic-Con, what was your favorite new trailer that was released over those 4 days?
So many to choose from. Some very interesting ones.
Some have created a lot of conversation online,
Yeah.
both good and bad.
Well, what did you go for? Good or bad?
I went for, well, both, I guess. It's It Chapter 2. It's the proper...
There's Derry, my hometown. How you doing?
It's very sunny there.
Yeah. Class weather.
It is the first proper full-length trailer because we got one a few months back, I think, but it was more of a teaser. It was a single scene for the most part. And in this one, it's really setting up what to expect from the second one, and it looks incredibly creepy. This opening scene where who is that in the water? Do we know who that is, or is it just some lad?
Is it a follow on from the first scene with Georgie? Maybe a flashback.
It looks like an adult.
It could be that. Because you never see Georgie get killed by Pennywise in the first day, or in the
No,
miniseries.
you do his
No, do
arm.
you actually see like the physical act of it?
I guess not.
Could be that. I don't know.
But that moment where Pennywise appears as the guy's bobbing up
And his
through
eyes
the water,
are
and then the eyes,
Massive,
and you're like,
massive
"Oh."
aliens vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's truly terrifying. And there's like scenes where James McAvoy is trying to save a child from a creepy clown house.
That's terrifying.
That's really scary. The adult cast look fantastic.
Brilliant.
It looks like the director has really gone above and beyond in making this very, very visually interesting. And as we mentioned last week, it has the scene with the most blood in it.
This is true. Yeah.
And Stephen King's given it a massive thumbs up. He's seen it already and he said he loves it. And he loved the first one too, which that's a very good sign.
Happy days.
So here is a, brace yourself.
Okay.
Scary clip from It Chapter 2.
As if we weren't sweating enough already, lads.
Sweating,
Do you know
lads.
what I mean? Here we go.
Something happens to you when you leave this town. The farther away, the hazier it all gets. But me, I never left. I remember all of it.
Yeah, scary. Scary Derry.
Derry's
Scary.
not that scary, like.
Well, everything I know about Derry seems pretty scary.
Well, this documentary.
Hey, I got my first shift in Derry.
Paul did.
Further evidence of my point.
That was the start of Paul's
with
romantic
Pennywise
love
the
life
clown,
with
yeah.
Pennywise. Yeah, I know Pennywise tried to come and kill Paul. He was like, "Having none of it. Give us a kiss, love."
That's how you survive horror films.
Any scary clowns in Derry?
There actually are loads of scary clowns in Derry because Derry, I don't know if you knew this, because it's not like I've ever been banging on about it, has the world's greatest celebration of Halloween. You're welcome, visit Derry Tourist Board. Do you want to come up to Derry this Halloween? Genuinely. Do you want to come up? Please come.
Is
Please
Pennywise
my
gonna be there
friend.
so we can shift again?
There's going to be, I can guarantee that you will give or get the shift from somebody in a mask and you will not know who
See,
it is.
you couldn't do that
just
because
sounds
you
like
can
Saturday.
tell.
That's a promise, my
You can
friend.
tell so easy. The makeup be everywhere. It's a dead giveaway.
This is true. But no, Halloween is incredible in Derry and you're more than welcome, both of you.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll take the day off work.
I can tell you're super excited. Speaking of super excited, Paul, what were you super excited about at
There
Comic
was
Con?
literally only one trailer I watched that gave me goosebumps, and
It Chapter 2.
exactly,
And it was chosen already.
and the reunion with Pennywise we're going to have, which we've discussed. No, it was Top Gun Maverick. Unashamedly adore Top Gun. I'm not saying I love Top Gun because it's a cheesy. I just think Top Gun is a really, really good film. Loved it from the moment I saw it. One of those films I watch like at least once a year, endlessly quotable. And the trailer was actually fairly understated, I thought. It was a good little build up to it. You got to see Ed Harris, who seems perfectly made to play that grizzled, military guy. But it was just enough of a teaser that you got like, when you see Cruise and you hear the team kick in, like I genuinely got goosebumps. Didn't see an awful lot of other stuff, but I love the fact that they have the shot of the volleyball, so they're not hiding away from the fact that, like, you know, people are making fun of that scene. Like, they're actually embracing the cheese of the first and why people love it. You got to see them playing like the piano as well, and we've got a little glimpse of Jennifer Connelly. But this is all about Cruise. Like, it is the film that I think made him a star. Like, you think Tom Cruise, you think of that smile from that team, but you see him feeling the need for speed. He's on the bikes, he's on the planes, and they're actually there's no CGI. It's like proper cameras in these F-16s, which are F-15s, whatever plane lingo is.
This actually reminds me of The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Because it was like, it's going to do fan service for all the original fans. And as you said, they've got the motorbike in there and they've got the shot of them standing around the piano singing in the white uniforms as well. So it's like, and the volleyball as well. So they're not shying away from any of that.
And we have the ridiculously handsome John Hamm in there as well. And we
that's
need John
right.
Hamm in everything because he
Definitely
is ridiculously handsome.
more Ham. Everything is improved with Ham.
But he's with Miles Teller, who's playing Goose. It's still too soon to talk about it.
Yeah.
He's playing his son. And we've got Jennifer Connelly in there. I think it's just kind of like Cruise. I love Tom Cruise. Like, he just knows what people want. And maybe aside from The Mummy, I kind of enjoyed him. Even American Made, I enjoyed him in it. I thought it was pretty decent. So he's on a bit of a run, and it's unusual for him. He actually showed up at Comic-Con, so this is his baby. This is the one he's always been told to make, and he's teaming up with the guy who made Oblivion, which I wasn't a massive fan of. I know, Rory, you really liked Oblivion, Joseph Kosinski. So usually when Cruise works with a director again, you look at the MI films, it's a sign of something that he trusts him, and I don't think he would go back in here if he didn't think he was going to feel the need for speed. So I can't wait to head back into the danger zone. Bring on Kenny Loggins.
Definitely. This is a little look at Top Gun Maverick.
The end is inevitable, Maverick. Your kind is headed for extinction.
Maybe so, sir. But not today.
There was something really interesting in one of the shots where, you know, the way it shows him wearing the jacket from the original film, but somebody pointed out that they've actually updated
Oh, yeah.
some of the symbols.
The Taiwan flag or something,
Yeah,
isn't it?
so that it's suitable for a Chinese-approved audience as well. Because obviously they want this to make a buckload of cash, so they took out some what would be deemed controversial in China as well. So nice little update there from Tom Cruise. But footage looks incredible. The music is unreal. And as you said, Paul, we cannot wait to get back into the danger zone, which is not a euphemism. We actually just cannot wait to get back into the danger zone as well.
It can be both.
Yeah. So, It Chapter 2, Top Gun Maverick, two of the biggest trailers out there. So I know, Roy, you were saying what was your favourite one taken away from the Comic-Con. This wasn't necessarily my favourite, but it's the one that I think you were alluding to where everybody has been talking about it. And you kind of felt sorry for Tom Cruise when he was like, everybody, look, it's a new Top Gun. What the hell is that cat doing over there? And then the next thing, the internet exploded because Universal Pictures released the first trailer for Cats. So before we even speak about the elephant in the room, or can you get like an elephant type of cat? Or something?
Probably in there. Everything else is in there.
Everything else is in there from the warped mind of Tom Hooper. But yeah, before we even discuss it, this is a little look at the brand new big screen adaptation of Cats.
Seen you before, have I?
Open up and tell me if you find there the meaning of what happiness is. Then a new life will begin.
Come, we're about to begin.
So, Cats. I'm still unsure as to how I feel about this. Never seen the musical.
Me neither.
Know some of the tunes. Do either of you know what this is about? First of all,
I
apart
presume
from
it's a
Cats?
horror movie.
Horror is what we're going for.
It's about a cat
Yeah,
who is she like afraid because the sun has gone down and
right.
she's like, where's the sun? And there's a certain light in a weird back alley.
Very possibly. I Googled the plot.
Is it Stephen Sondheim though? Is he the guy
No,
who does it?
no, it's Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Okay.
Wrote the music for it. It's been a massive hit on Broadway and the West End. The West End originally, I think, from like early 80s. The tunes, they actually use one of the tunes there performed by Jennifer Hudson, who plays one of the cats in it. You've also got Judi Dench, Ian McKellen, James Corden,
Jason Derulo,
Taylor Swift
as well. And the newcomer actually who plays the lead role, her name is Francesca Hayward, so she's the main cat you kind of see bobbing about the place like cats do. But had a quick look at the synopsis, and it's over the course of a single night, a tribe of cats called Jellicles make the Jellicle choice and decide which cat will ascend to the Heaviside layer. So I am no closer to understanding.
Further away from it.
I feel like I've done drugs. Like, to be honest.
I don't think
Jellicle, yeah.
I don't think you're the only person who's probably maybe had something to do with. At some point when the storyboard first came in, or like the concept design, I'd love to be in that meeting and say, Judi Dench, this is what you look like.
This is what you're
What do
going
you think? Academy Award winner? She win for Elizabeth, what, didn't she? Judi Dench? Oscar winner?
For her
Oscar
cameo,
winner,
her
Judi
8-minute
Dench.
cameo.
Shakespeare in Love.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here you go. What do you think of yourself as a cat?
So Idris Elba is in there as well, and
Wearing clothes.
wearing clothes. He's a cat wearing clothes. He's kind of like looks like a gangster.
Some of them don't wear clothes.
This is true. So are they naked? As Paul, you said, I know they're called jellicles, but there's no genitals.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? So maybe that's what they call
Do they lick
genitals
their
in the
own
cat's world?
behind, stuff like that? You know, I want to see the film to see if this is true.
We all know where we or how we feel about cats. I'm highly allergic. I'm not usually fans. I don't know if I'm going to get sick if I go and see this film, but at the same time, I do want to see this film.
It's like a nightmare. It's like the
confused.
island of Dr. Moreau. I don't. It's very upsetting. Like the faces on the bodies.
Yeah.
It's really upsetting.
Well, they did talk about it was going to be animated originally.
Just have them in the, like they do on the stage. Just have them in
cat
onesies
suits.
or whatever.
They're
Not
kind
this.
of in onesies.
No, I don't know what's going on here.
Computer generated affected onesies.
And Jason Derulo's in it.
He makes like some weird faces in the thing as well. And as somebody pointed out online, you know, the only way you'll know Jason Derulo's in it whenever he shouts, Jason Derulo.
I think that's the only way he knows he's in it.
Yeah. I once had a funny thing where, well, you can be the judge of that, where Jason
Pavarotti all over again.
Jason Derulo. What's his name again? Derulo. That's it. You'll see why that's confusing in a wee second. I always thought, like, if he was in the toilet one day and he was sitting on the toilet, but he lost his toilet paper and it kind of rolled out of the bathroom and he had to go run after it, and somebody saw and they were like, "What's happening?" He's like, "I'm chasing the loo roll."
Cross it down, Rory. Cross it down. Do you have the diamond pen?
So that no diamond pen. I don't even know if he's got a pen.
I'm not wasting my ink.
Can't be crossed down. So that's Cats. It's out in cinemas December of this year.
But Hooper did win an Oscar for King's Speech, so who knows? He could pull it out of the bag.
The King's Speech. What
Did he
else?
do The Damned United as well?
The Damned United as well.
Was he Les Mis?
Yeah.
And Les Mis.
So
So
he's
got the musical background and Biker Grove.
Yeah, but
Some
none of
episodes
those
Biker Grove.
had cats in them.
So if
It's a fair point, Roy.
anyone can make
and
Judi
none of them
Dench look like a
had
cat.
Jason Derulo in them.
This is also true, as far as we know. So anyway, Cats out later on this year. We can also look forward to Top Gun Maverick and It Chapter 2, which is going to be first out. It's coming up
It
in a
Chapter
few
2
weeks'
is
time.
September.
And
Maverick
Top Gun is July 17, 2020.
Okay, so about a year to go.
just
Just a year to go.
not much.
It's fine.
There's not much action in that Maverick trailer, sure, is there?
No.
Is there? I haven't seen the first Top Gun.
That's right.
Is there a lot of action in the first Top Gun? Or is it just like volleyball
Well,
action?
the last half hour is fairly escalated.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
yeah.
drills and stuff. Like
It's more about
You'll
the
love
drama,
it.
I suppose, Roy.
great volleyball
Drama
scene.
of
And the homoerotic undertones in the volleyball scene.
Never noticed.
Yeah, so we just made that.
Never picked it up.
Now, though, that's those three big trailers out of the way. Now it's time for the big trailer on the Big Reviewski. For this week's big trailer, it's over to
Previewski.
Rory. Yeah. Oh, Previewski.
So, you know, this was a tough choice. I actually tried to get you to pick
You
it
did.
for last weekend.
And I have my reasons.
Paul
Well,
was resolute and steadfast.
Yeah. And I kind of understand why. But on the other hand,
This is definitely your film.
Oh, it makes me very happy that this film is coming out. This is Hustlers, based on the true story of a group of former strippers who decide to put their talents to use to take the money back from a group of Wall Street bankers who, made themselves rich off the back of everyone else. It stars Jennifer Lopez, the 50-year-old Jennifer Lopez.
Happy birthday, Jennifer Lopez.
Ageless. As well as
Still from
Cardi
the
B, Lizzo, loads of famous people in this. It kind of has like an Ocean's 8 if they were all strippers vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah, the trailer itself it's great. It's fantastic soundtrack by Cardi B. It's just there's 2 stripper movies coming out. This is one of them, and it's another one.
Showgirls in space.
Clearly listen to us.
The other one is it's also based on a true story, and it's Chris Hemsworth goes undercover. He's a police officer. He goes undercover into a group of male strippers who are also bank robbers.
Right.
So if the stripper genre is something you enjoy,
Yes.
you've got both ends of the spectrum catered for over the next year or so. So it's a really good time to be a fan of the strip movie.
Absolutely. The stripper heist movie.
The first person makes a sexy stripper sci-fi, you're just going to be like,
You're gonna
It'll be me.
lose
I'll be
your
the first
mind.
person.
So we've already had, as you said, Ocean's 8. Now, there weren't strippers in Widows as well. You've got The Kitchen coming out as well.
Yeah.
So there's definitely another genre there. Just all these female-focused, badass ladies going out and just taking all the money for themselves, basically.
Yeah.
And we're all here for it.
But like I said, somehow this one is based on a absolutely true story.
Unbelievable.
So I think it's definitely got some Oscar worthy attention there, and yeah, I'll be going to see it for the articles.
Yeah, Judi Dench will show up for an 8-minute cameo and
As
win
a
an
cat.
Oscar off the back of it.
post-credits thing with Elizabeth Berkley, and it's actually a prelude to Showgirls. Can you imagine?
I've bought my tickets
The
already.
Showgirls cinematic universe.
This is Hustlers, Rory's favourite film of all time.
Yeah.
Front hook, ankle hook, knee hook. From here, you can do the carousel, just switch, and wrap.
Minus 40% is 160.
I just want to take care of my grandma, maybe go shopping every once in a while.
When I was a kid, I always wanted to work with animals. I was close.
Shake a little ass, you get a little bag.
These Wall Street guys. You see what they did to this country? They stole from everybody. Hardworking people lost everything. And not one of these douchebags went to jail.
The game is rigged, and it does not reward people who play by the rules.
It's like robbing a bank, except you get the keys. Are you in?
I always forget with J-Lo. Was she an actor first, a singer first, a perfume first?
First thing I remember J-Lo in, and there's 2. Do you remember Money Train with Wesley Snipes?
I
and Woody Harrelson?
remember the title of it, but not
And
the film.
Anaconda.
Anaconda?
They're the first 2 things I think I remember in.
I think she began her career as a backup dancer for Janet Jackson.
Right. And then
Off she went.
Unstoppable after that.
All I know is I think our first album was On the Six. Is that it? One with Jenny
Yeah.
from the Block? No, Jenny from the Block was the second album. I know far too much for her. For someone who
Claims
doesn't
not to
really
know.
rate her, doesn't really rate her that highly as an actress. Although Out of Sight is great.
Out of Sight is still
Yeah.
the
And Anaconda.
benchmark. And Anaconda as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
You're putting that up there with Out of Sight as well.
Yeah.
It's cheesy.
Actually, Out of Sight, this feels like Out of Sight weather at the moment these days. It's all very sticky, very sweaty, very sexy here on the Big
Just like
Reviewski.
Hustlers.
Good Lord.
Yeah. So Hustlers is coming out when? Not soon enough, says Rory.
Friday the 13th of September.
Okay.
Yeah,
Rory
we
has a
don't-
big
we-
X in his
We
calendar.
don't
Yeah.
have, book that whole week off. We don't have long to wait.
Happy days.
Yeah, I'm hoping there'll be a nice premiere somewhere. Can't imagine what the after party would be like.
Tastefully done.
But you're there. Now it's time to take a look at some of the releases which are coming out this week. Now, every so often, we've said it before in the show, not every single movie is screened for press. The majority of them are. And we always say it's that mixture of a thing where some of them, if they haven't been screened, it might be for security reasons. Like, the longer the MCU went on, the closer and closer they got to like showing just press, like here's 25 minutes here and little things like that. And they do that because they know they've got something amazing on their hands and they want to keep it top secret. And on the other hand, you get things which aren't quite as fantastic. And the reason it hasn't been shown to press is because they don't want anybody talking about it to say how absolutely woeful it is. So, this week, instead of the Big Reviewski, we have the Big Previewski, because the 2 films that are out haven't been shown to us. But we are going to take a little sneak peek at them. So, Rory, you're up second. So, Paul, you're up first.
What a way to confuse
Real
us.
roller
Yeah.
coaster.
So smooth. Just keep me on your toes.
Who's going now? Who has to talk? Me? It's me, isn't it? Yeah.
So, Paul, you were taking a quick look at the current war.
Which is really odd how it has been screened, because this had its world premiere in 2017.
What?
Yeah, at a Toronto Film Festival. It's been that long. It's just one of those films that's been stuck in, wasn't even production hell, release hell.
Yeah.
Because it was owned by Weinstein Company, and then all the stuff behind the scenes involving Hollywood's least favourite man. But the cast in this is insane. Benedict Cumberbatch, Michael Shannon, Tom Holland, Catherine Waterston, Nick Holt, all in it. But apparently it's not getting that great reviews. But anyway, what is it? It's basically about the electricity war between Thomas Edison, who we all know is the inventor of electricity, but it was in a kind of a scientific race with 2 other people. One, Nikola Tesla, who you might remember was played by Bowie.
Bowie, yeah, that's right, yeah.
And another guy, I never heard his name, so that's why I wrote it down. George Westinghouse apparently was one of the other people that was kind of, you know how scientific minds, volcano, deep impact, they always come together.
Yeah.
Getting deep impact. Apparently they were kind of had the scientific race to see who gets there first, and it's not about getting there first, getting the name and getting the patent and stuff like that. But as I said, the acting talent in this is incredible. I mean, Cumberbatch and Michael Shannon alone, you would think this would be a massive thing, but obviously a bit under the radar. Director is Alfonso Gomez Rejon, who did a lot of American Horror Story. I think this is one of his first big features.
It's his second one.
Second one.
And the reason I know, and the reason I was excited about it, is his first movie was Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl.
Oh, yeah.
Which
That was
I
him.
loved.
Yeah, that was a
It
good
made
show.
me cry so
A
much.
lot. And you never cry really at anything.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
God.
So yeah, like, I mean, just for, like, that's an A-list lineup.
Huge. Well, you got Doctor Strange and Spider-Man in there, who both are in like 2017.
And General Zod.
General Zod.
General
And
Zod.
General Zod as well, yeah. So
And
Beast.
And what's her? Beast, yeah.
Everybody Beast.
And one from Fantastic Beasts.
And from Alien Covenant.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
Everybody, yeah.
Not Ripley.
Yeah.
The other one, yeah.
The
the
other
one who wants to be Ripley.
So this is a little look at the current war, which, as we've established, is about electricity and not dried grapes.
I liked it. Yeah,
That's not bad.
Thank you.
I'm not mad at it.
Again, thank you.
Would you?
Wait.
Here's a clip.
Here's a clip.
Thomas Alva Edison.
My boys and I caught in a jar, but before now has only flashed across the night sky.
The future is here.
Hello, I'm George Westinghouse.
Nikola Tesla.
I will be the greatest provider of electrical power in the world. Better than Edison. There's a contest between you.
This is a battle for the brightest minds of America. Today, the impossible becomes possible. And the man that controls that current controls the future.
I hope you brought your checkbooks.
Okay, Paul, do you want to get your joke done and dusted? While that clip is playing, Paul had what I think is the single greatest Big Reviewski joke to date.
Single grapest.
Single grapest? That's also very good.
It's a good date movie.
Oh, yeah.
You could have sold it
I
with
know,
a bit
I
more.
thought it was like, yeah, anyway, the
Now you
current
set
war.
up too high. You can't
All
go
these
in
people
full
are looking
energy.
for a good reason to go see it.
This is good as well. This is very good. We're just going to wrap it up there, and that's our preview of the current
That's your
war.
fault. That's your fault. You put the seed in there to
sorry.
begin with.
That's also good. Well, okay, we'll stop making these terrible jokes.
Will we though?
Stop whining.
Hopefully. Okay, that was excellent. Excellent. Did we get that? That was instant replay. The other big release that's out this week is The Intruder, starring none other than Dennis Quaid. Where's he been? What's he been up to?
What has he been up to?
I don't
I
know.
don't even think he
I feel
knows.
he's been in a lot of like movies about dogs that talk to God.
Oh, there was a dog one that he did. Was it one where Kevin Costner was the voice of the
Was
dog?
he in The
No.
Rookie? I think that's the last. That was like 2002. Probably the last thing I remember.
I don't know. But he
Inner Space was his last film.
and he was really good in it.
Super in that.
Yeah, he plays the former owner of this beautiful home that he has to sell on to a young couple. And they've moved in and like blah blah blah. We're all happy and in love, and he seemingly is having difficulty letting go of the house. So he sets his sights on the young wife who's living there now, and hoping to seduce her, take her away from her husband, and then take the house back.
Standard.
So it's it's just Tinder date
It's
number
a
one.
housing crisis of its own. Like, you know, we've got a terrible housing crisis here. Clearly, Dennis Quaid is having one of those himself.
Yeah. Well, like people do some extraordinary lengths not to have to pay rent, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I don't know where he is when he's not living in that house. I feel like he could still be living in that house, but like in a room that they aren't aware of. I am guessing. I haven't seen it. They didn't show it to us.
I like the sound of that film, though.
It came out in the States, I think it was February this year. So that's a big ass gap before it comes here. So again, April, it says in the trailer there.
It must be true.
So yeah, there's a bit of a gap, which is never good. Not showing it to us beforehand. Also not good news. The reviews haven't been great, 30-something% Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
So what we need to do is tell people to go see other things that have already come out recently instead of either of these two movies.
This is a good shout, but before you do that, just in case I like the look of this, can I just take a quick look at it? Would that be all right?
If you must, like, there is a, you might see it in this clip, there's a close-up of Dennis Quaid looking at the lady in the shower, and it is the creepiest expression I've ever seen.
Was there a bit of The Shining just in there as well?
That's
in
the bit where he's like staring at her while she's in the shower. It's really unnerving.
Okay.
So, like, if nothing else, Dennis Quaid is having a ball.
Yeah.
But I can't guarantee watching it you'll have the same reaction.
Anybody else will have one. Okay, so this is creepy Dennis Quaid in The Intruder.
This is it, 6741.
This is so pretty.
I'm Charlie Peck. Scott Howard. Welcome to Foxglove. My great-great-grandfather built this house. It's the only house I ever lived in. I put my soul into it. Foxglove is yours now.
We'll take good care of her. I felt bad for him.
I feel bad for Charlie. Feel good for us.
You're not gonna believe this. Charlie is outside cutting the grass.
What?
Did you just get this out of the garage?
That's where I keep it.
Thought you'd be gone by now.
That's hard to say goodbye. I keep hearing this creaking sound.
Manny, it's an old house.
You just bought the Peck house, right?
Yeah.
Charlie's quite a guy. Just don't look too close under the mask. His wife died in that house. Mrs. Charlie took Mr. Charlie's shotgun in her mouth. At least that's how Charlie explained it.
Yeah, doesn't look fantastic, but I am still kind of intrigued by Dennis Quaid just creeping everybody out there.
Yeah, like I've got a real soft spot for this kind of trashy.
Yeah,
like
trashy's the word.
Trashy home invasion movie that like there's an attractive young couple and they're being sexy and he's like, and you're like, oh, they're being sexy, and then the camera pans and he's looking at them through the window. You're like, like it's real lowest common denominator stuff, but I'd probably still go see it. And
I feel like it's the sexy angle that's working for you.
Not hate it.
Yeah.
I will want to hate it.
Yeah.
But
maybe
I probably won't hate it.
A couple of drinks beforehand, go and enjoy
And
it.
after.
And after,
And maybe
yeah.
check your house if Dennis Quaid's outside when you come home.
Yeah, just lock your doors and windows.
Because I always
please.
remember there was a story of, was the guy in London and the couple moved in and they found out he was living in the cupboard in the kitchen.
Dennis Quaid, that's where he's been.
That's where he's been. Just
Yeah.
living in their cupboard. Look at his face. Watch.
Oh, jeekers, that's awful.
No.
As you had a good shout, Rory, the best of the rest, everything else that's out at the moment that you can still go and see, what would you recommend?
Midsummer.
Midsummer.
Still, yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic psychological horror that will really make you question any relationship that you're in.
As Rory wrote a really good piece, like why it's great on Joe, like not to go to the cinema sometimes, just go on your own. Yeah, I'm actually delighted I went to see this on my own and not with anyone else, particularly someone I was dating, because it would probably end up splitting us up.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of side eye for the whole thing. Like, I've heard you say that. Oh, I don't like that at all.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
So we've got that. We still got Toy Story 4, Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yes.
Lion King, which was released last week.
I get Rory's point last week. Didn't hate it. Didn't overtly love it either. It's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it still
looks great though.
Giving some people the heebie-jeebies anyway.
Timon and Pumbaa are
Isn't
amazing.
The Matrix getting re-released soon?
It's been done.
It's coming on?
Yeah,
Forget I said that.
yeah, it's grand. Because it is around the 25th anniversary of The Matrix as well. So I know some places have shown it already. So If it's on an Omniplex, go check it out. And so some absolute crackers still out in the cinema. And if you go to see The Intruder or The Current War, please let us know what you thought of those. One film that, Rory, you have had a chance to see, and we're not going to get the review now. That's okay.
I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Not allowed to talk about it. It's embargoed. Let's just look at your face for a moment, because it's Hobbs and Shaw, which we alluded to earlier on. We do have tickets to give away to a preview screening of the film. We want you to come and join us for like a Hobbs and Shaw party, which will be class crack. Plus, you'll get to see the film. I'm not discerning any kind of particular emotion.
I'm gonna say something. Stuff explodes.
He's right.
Got it.
Bang
got
on.
it out.
So you've seen it as well, Paul?
Yeah, stuff explodes.
Clearly.
The Rock is muscly.
Yes.
He's
Statham.
furious.
There's fights.
And Jason Statham is fast.
Actually, I saw that. I think it's the Spanish, the way they changed the title of the films.
Yes.
For different countries around the world.
Oh, you said the Japanese one's like what? Driving Madness or something like that, isn't it? Remember you had this a few weeks ago? It was like Crazy Car Chase or something like that.
It's like
that's amazing.
It's something like Max Speed.
Yeah.
Well, I think the Spanish one is how I'm going to refer to these films from now on, which is just basically Rápido y Furioso.
Okay.
Which works for me.
Yeah, that sounds like a Yorgos Lanthimos movie.
It actually is. Director's cut coming next year.
I'd like to see Yorgos Lanthimos' version of a Fast and Furious film.
That would be fantastic. Yeah. But so as we said, we've got tickets to give away for that. In order to win the tickets, we want you to get the correct answer to our high clue. So
we really want you to.
Yeah,
please do. And people are doing it. It's working. Yeah. So there will be other ways to enter if you keep an eye out on Joe on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook later on in the week. But as part of the show here, we do have tickets to give away as well. So congratulations to Robin Byrne and Brian Galvin, who have bagged themselves the first pairs of tickets. They don't have to go together. They each get 2 tickets each.
You can go together.
You can. Maybe Robin and Brian.
You'll have 2 spare seats.
This is true.
To bring along people to
Sweets. Sweet chair.
So they've bagged the first pairs of tickets to Hobbs and Shaw with Universal Pictures, our very special screening. So last week's high clue, which they got the correct answer to, was Maryland's Not Magic, Strong Case for Resurrection, Law-Breaking Girls Mean. Maryland's Not Magic, Strong Case for Resurrection, Law-Breaking Girls Mean. And for everybody who's listening, it was Maryland's, Maryland apostrophe S. And in the final line, it was Law-Breaking, Girls Mean, and Girl apostrophe S for girls as well. So
and Strong had a capital S.
Yeah, well, it was at the start of a sentence anyway. So, yes.
I thought after a comma, like it was a small sentence.
Oh no, each one will always get a wee capital letter at the start.
Is that a high clue rule?
Yeah, it's from the High Council have deemed it so.
I never knew that.
New every week. There you go.
Rory, you thought this one was pretty easy. Paul, did you have any idea?
I thought it was very hard. I'll take a stab in the dark.
Thank you, Paul,
I'm wrong.
because it was.
I think I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I'm going to say is the Shawshank Redemption.
It's not the
You're
Shawshank
right.
Redemption.
You were wrong.
No, it's not that. Why were you thinking Shawshank?
I thought Merlin, Tim Robbins in Top Gun.
Right, okay.
A strong case for resurrection.
You're Top Gun obsessed.
Yeah, strong case. I thought like he has a strong case to be innocent. Not
right, okay.
Resurrection.
Okay.
That's not lasagna enough. Not for
and law breaking, I thought, because he's like
because he's broken the law. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. It's not, in fact. Rory, what did you go for?
Sherlock Holmes.
It is
very good.
Sherlock Holmes. The explanation for that one is Maryland's Not Magic. It was a different Maryland, played by Mark Strong. So he's Merlin in the Kingsman films. Yeah. So Mark Strong's character, Not Magic, because he plays Lord Blackwood, who gives the impression or convinces everybody that he actually is supernatural, but he's actually using science and maths and everything. So he's not actually magic. Strong Case for Resurrection. Strong, Mark Strong. Case, because Sherlock Holmes is on the case. And he makes a strong case for resurrection because Blackwood,
stops, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yes, he fakes his own death and he's resurrected from the dead. And then the final line was law-breaking girls mean. Girls mean was a reference to Mean Girls, Rachel McAdams, who plays Iron Adler. She's law-breaking because she's a thief, gets up to no good in it. Plus, she's responsible for getting Jude Law injured, and he plays, so she breaks him in a way, puts him in hospital, and he plays Watson. So there you go. Sherlock Holmes.
Lasagna.
Boom.
Loads of layers.
Tasty lasagna.
Looking forward to the third one of those.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed Sherlock Holmes and Game of Shadows as well.
Isn't
Jared Harris was was Moriarty.
For
wasn't he?
Moriarty.
Yeah.
Aye, that's the one.
Rocketman director?
Yes, Dexter Fletcher.
Dexter Fletcher has been announced. He's a brilliant.
I'd say Guy Ritchie would be fairly involved though with that.
Oh,
being
yeah.
that he's,
Sure.
he's babies. Yeah.
What about this week's one? Are you ready for another serving of lasagna?
I don't know.
Have you had
Still
lunch
full
yet?
from that one.
Yeah, no. Release some wind. I don't know. How do you clear some space for
A hint,
yeah.
shepherd's pie. It's kind of like lasagna.
I only know how to make lasagnas.
There
I'm
you
sorry.
go. Fair enough.
Lasagnas. Okay, so here's this week's high clue. It's widow weds friends bro. Bob's relaxing times sleepless. Prestigious whisper. Roy, I see you're on finger counting duty there for syllables.
What's the last line?
Prestigious whisper.
Prestigious whisper.
Okay, are we all good? 575?
Yes.
For the high clue, happy days. So again, for anybody who's listening, widow weds friends bro. Friends is with a capital F. Bob's relaxing, Bob apostrophe S, relaxing times sleepless. Time is time apostrophe S as well. So that middle line is Bob's relaxing times sleepless. And the final line, prestigious whisper. Shawshank Redemption? Not this time. No. Any thoughts?
Yeah.
Okay, Rory has a thought.
I have
Paul?
a single thought.
That's just a single thought.
The thought is, I can't wait to
And
see
it's when is
Hustlers.
Hustlers out.
It's Hustlers. It's all about Hustlers. Is the answer Hustlers? It's not. I'm
I
afraid
wish
not.
it was, though.
So everybody who's watching, who's listening, whether you're on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts, you can enter that competition up on Joe. As I said, we'll have it up on all across Joe Social as well, so keep an eye out for that. And the very, very best of luck. Coming soon, though, next week, it is going to be a Fast and Furious Hobbs and Shaw special. Because look, we've got Jason Statham on the show.
Yeah.
And he's wearing weird glasses.
Tinted glasses.
Are those prescription?
I don't know. I was afraid to ask him.
Like, Jason Statham seems like indestructible. So you would think his eyesight is 20/20.
He's 57 years old. I think.
Oh my God, there's no way he's 57.
Oh, wait.
You take that
His birthday's
back.
this week. As
What?
well, I remember, whenever I go to interview someone, I always see if it's around their birthday. 'Cause
yeah.
If it's on their birthday, I'm like,
Say
happy
happy
birthday. But this was like a few days away, so they were like, happy birthday in 5 days. Well,
Do you mean it's his 36th birthday? Is that
no,
what you
I
meant to
absolutely
say?
don't mean that. No. He's in his, I'm pretty sure 57.
That's insane.
He's
I guess.
literally beating up time.
Yeah, he actually is.
Yeah.
Wow. Join us next week to find out what age Jason Statham
20.
is. Yeah. Don't Google it.
And
Just,
an actual review. We get to review that film.
we're going to review Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
We're going to be chatting. We're going to be chatting to Jason Statham and to Chris Morgan.
Yeah.
Who is
revealed something.
Who's a very special exclusive to reveal on the show. So do stay tuned. We'll see you next week. It's gotten a little bit cooler now, which is good. Less sweaty. But please do send more deodorant if you can and wet wipes.
Yeah. Or it's one of those like patches that just.
A drink could be fine, you know. And why wet wipes?
Just some kind of
a drink.
hydration.
Wet wipes.
Wet wipes, no.
No, that's
Not
if
on
you
a festival.
food yourself.
Not out of
If you pooped yourself.
wet wipes. No, don't flush wet wipes. Absolute nightmare. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Why do you not flush wet wipes?
Just clogs and everything.
Okay.